I just had to hear all that for 5 years, really.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a bit frustrating because the people that's on the outside looking in, they didn't have an idea of what was really going on, but they was just, you know, making up stuff, and the media and other people that believed them was just going with it.
Yeah.
So once we got the fight over with, it was just like a sign of relief.
And before we go into that photo,
I haven't talked about that yet.
Okay, let's talk about this. Terence Crawford's a great champion as well.
Yeah.
You're a great champion.
Yeah.
First time you've seen him in a while. What did you guys tell each other tonight?
Nah, he just said something. So I don't know. There's Derek from Florida. I like that. I like that. You been in the business. I like that.
around this long.
There's Derek from Florida. I like that.
Teaming up with Terence Crawford in the gym as they train together ahead of Crawford's highly anticipated showdown with Canelo Álvarez.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. You know, so you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. So you know, I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but I definitely.
Training alongside Crawford in the gym, Spence told a reporter that he's planning a boxing comeback later this year, but he declined to reveal any further details.
Capping on me, man. The only reason I look overweight in that picture is because I had on like 3 sweaters that's cold as fuck in Japan. Like, stop it with this shit, man. I stay fit, man.
For a jog and participated in some strength and conditioning drills alongside him. Although the two didn't spar, they spent time talking before Spence eventually headed out. Their interaction made it seem unlikely that a rematch between them will ever happen, especially now that Terence Crawford has moved well beyond the 147-pound welterweight division to take on Canelo Álvarez. Crawford rematch. But I do want to see Spence bounce back from that loss. He's still got plenty of fight left in him. Spence is exactly what the 154-pound division needs: some excitement and action. Hopefully, he's back in top shape. One fan remarked. Hasn't stepped into the ring since his 2023 defeat to Terence Crawford. Once seen as a 50, the fight turned into a one-sided affair.
An accident like that, because when I beat him, then y'all gonna say it was because of the accident.
Right.
He fight. He beat Danny Garcia. I was in the crowd. I said, nah, he can't beat me. That's the first time I seen Spence fight live. I said.
So you knew then when you seen that?
I'm like, yeah, because you know it's different on TV than when you watching it.
With Crawford delivering a dominant performance and handing Spence the first loss of his career, Spence now holds a record of 28-1 with 20 knockouts. Spence recently opened up on social media, admitting that the biggest mistake he made as an athlete was drinking. The worst thing I did to myself was drinking. If you're an athlete, focus on the end goal. Hopefully, it's a better situation for you and your loved ones, he shared.
In the fight,
yeah.
But I just felt like, you know, he came prepared and he was ready and he fought a good fight.
Yeah.
He was awkward. He was patient. He was determined. He stuck to his game plan, and he did what he had to do to make.
Lost to Crawford, Spence has enjoyed an impressive career. However, that defeat sparked a wave of criticism, with some fans questioning whether he still has what it takes. Responding to the doubt, Spence fired back on X, writing, "Some of y'all throw around he's loosely. Say that about your mama and see how it feels." Terence Crawford, unified welterweight champion, has been relatively quiet in the boxing world since his one-sided defeat to Terence Crawford in 2023. Before that loss, Spence was regarded as one of the most dominant forces in the welterweight division.
He's money hungry. He's looking at money and he's trying to cash out and this and that. I've been getting money for years. I've been getting millions for years. And I'm not stupid with my money. As you can see, I don't buy no Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and you know what I mean, walk around with 100 people around me and I got all this jewelry that.
He held the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, reigning as unified champion from 2017 to 2023, a 6-year stretch marked by high-profile victories and consistent performances. Spence's bout with Crawford was highly anticipated, billed as a true battle between the best at 147 pounds. However, the fight didn't live up to the expectations for competitiveness. Instead, it turned into a showcase for Crawford. who dismantled Spence with a clinical and brutal display of boxing skill. The loss not only marked Spence's first professional defeat but also led to questions about whether he would ever return to the ring the same. Since that night.
He got caught. He should have boxed a little bit more, but things happen. You gotta learn from it. It was exciting. I hope build up to it and leading up to it too. So it's something that I wouldn't change for nothing, and I'm definitely open to the rematch, and hopefully it'll be at 154.
Spence has yet to step back into the ring. Nearly 2 years have passed, and while fans eagerly await news of his return, the silence has fueled speculation about his future. Still, at just 34 years old, Spence has time on his side. Many believe that his comeback is only a matter of when, not if. And when he does return, fans expect him to face a notable opponent to re-establish himself in a now even more competitive boxing landscape, particularly in the 154-pound division. Recently, Spence broke his silence on social media, making a personal
about Canelo right now, but if the fight come across the table, I definitely take that fight. I feel like 165, 168, that's more my natural weight, and it's a lot easier for me to make. So I definitely.
Admission that caught the attention of fans and fellow fighters alike. He revealed that the worst mistake he made as an athlete was drinking. The worst thing I did to myself was drinking. If you're an athlete, focus on the end goal. Hopefully, it's a better situation for you and your loved ones, Spence wrote. His honesty struck a chord, especially as he continues to navigate public scrutiny following the Crawford loss. Among those who responded to his post was Gervonta Davis, who is currently preparing for his own bout against Lamont.
I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off. He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So if he can do it, he started at 147. So if he's doing it, why can't?
Publicly, the timing and tone of Spence's post drew widespread attention from fans, many of whom sympathized with his struggle and commended him for his openness. Despite Spence's decorated past, some critics have been quick to write him off. The disappointing loss to Crawford, paired with a prolonged absence, has led some fans to suggest that Spence no longer has what it takes to compete at the elite level. Responding to the negativity, Spence didn't hold back. Once fired off a blunt.
For his title, I'm fighting for a title, and there's a possibility. He win his fight, God willing. I win my fight, God willing. And there's a possibility.
Message. Some of y'all use "he's washed" too loosely. Post that about your mama and see how it feels. Adding fuel to the fire. Crawford has recently stirred up controversy with comments about his former opponent, making it clear that the tension between the two still simmers, even if a rematch now seems unlikely, with Crawford moving up to face Canelo.
Not being there too, did you feel off physically or anything, or what was wrong in the fight?
Yeah, felt a little off physically, but most times I get through it. So, I thought it was gonna be just like the other times, but I couldn't kick it up a notch.
Canelo Álvarez and Spence possibly eyeing a return at 154 pounds. The two may have gone their separate ways, at least inside the ring. Didn't spar. They spent time talking before Spence eventually headed out. Their interaction made it seem unlikely that a rematch between them will ever happen, especially now that Terence Crawford has moved well beyond the 147-pound welterweight division to take on Canelo Álvarez. Crawford rematch. But I do want to see Spence bounce back from that loss. He's still got plenty of fight left in him. Spence is exactly what the 154-pound division needs: some excitement and action.
Just tell everybody, I don't go in there looking for the knockout. I go looking for the win. But if he get out of line, he's gonna be the next one down.
Hopefully, he's back in top shape. One fan remarked, hasn't stepped into the ring since his 2023 defeat to Terence Crawford. Once seen as a 50, the fight turned into a one-sided affair, with Crawford delivering a dominant performance and handing Spence the first loss of his career. Spence now holds a record of 28-1 with 20 knockouts. Spence recently opened up on social media, admitting that the biggest mistake he made as an athlete was drinking. The worst thing I did to myself was drinking.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna do it.
Errol?
You don't need more than the belt. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't one of your kids.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
treat
need
you.
more than the belt. I ain't one of your kids.
Treat you like one.
Yeah, all right, we gonna see.
All right, we definitely gonna see.
If you're an athlete, focus on the end goal. Hopefully, it's a better situation for you and your loved ones, he shared. The post caught the attention of who is set to face Lamont Roach tonight. His loss to Crawford. Spence has enjoyed an impressive career. However, that defeat sparked a wave of criticism.